I hope this is a real short, sweet video. This is a Toro 22-inch recycler, but it's the electric model. Flex Force with the personal pace. And this owner called me and said he couldn't get the blade off. He said he had the neighbor come over, and the neighbor said, it's not lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, but it's righty-loosey and lefty-tighty. And they torqued on that thing. They put a breaker bar on it with a pipe and busted 2 sockets in the process. The chrome sockets, they're not made for impact, but so they really torqued that thing down and also stripped the head of the bolt. So my hope is that this will be simple. I'm going to try different things. And if you have a problem getting your blade off, the bolt that holds the blade on, hopefully this will help you. Let's do it. Now before you do any work on these lawnmowers, especially when you're turning them over, you want to be sure to remove the battery if you have a battery operated mower, or if you have a gas powered mower, remove the spark plug wire. Well, you can see the head of this bolt is messed up and actually needs a cleaning under here. I'm going to go ahead and try to get that off. He wanted to change it because he said the blade wasn't sharp, and he got a new blade, but I don't notice too much difference between these, but you got to deal with this. Now before I do anything, there are some bolts that you loosen the bolt by turning it clockwise. So I'm going to go and look this up. If you've got your owner's manual, look it up and make sure you're turning it the proper way. I think this turns to the left to loosen, but I'm going to double check and make sure. Now the first thing I'm going to try is my impact gun, since they already tried everything else and went the wrong way. And I'm going to try to get a socket on this 9/16. It won't go on right now, but I'm going to try to pound it on and see if I can get something out of that. And I've got a block of wood in here to keep that blade from turning. Help, Lord. I looked this unit up, and it is lefty-loosey. I'm also going to put gloves on in case that blade breaks loose on my left hand and hold the block in place. I hope this is nice and easy. I'll let the compressor pump up. Thank you, Lord. Sometimes that's all it takes. Wow. Pay attention to how this is put together. Goes like this. And anytime you're installing a blade, it's wings up. Wings up. The cutting blade forward, wings up. Wings up. There's a keyway in there. Lock that in place. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the grass on here. That rots out your deck in no time. You want to keep that clean. And if you're tipping over a gas mower, there's a procedure for doing that. You can check out the video in the top right corner for that. Now the homeowner wanted to change the blade, and there's nothing wrong with this blade. Lines up just like the other one, and this is a little sharper, I guess, but this is so close that I can just do it with a hand file. So we'll go over and do that now. And then he'll have a backup blade. And you don't want to file the back side. I mean, you can just touch it to finish it off, but you don't want to bring that blade into the middle here. It's not going to cut right. So really you want to focus on this side and follow the angle that's already there. Just taking any little rasp that might be on the back side off. That's it. That's a good sharp blade right there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like dead grass in here, just in the middle. So it gives me a guide to know that I'm straight on line with that. You want to make sure that your blade is balanced. Now if you're using a grinder, you can take a lot more off. But this is a blade balancer. It's just plastic. It's real cheap. And you set that on. That's perfect. Nice and level. If one side's down too far, of course this is thicker over here, but I can see it's nice and level. If it's not level and it's sitting down like this, your mower's going to vibrate a lot and it's going to wear the shaft out. Make sure you got a balanced blade. Now the owner went and bought some new bolts because the head of that one was stripped out. But in comparing the new bolt to the old, he bought a thicker thread. So that's not going to work. What I'm going to do is, so he can get his mower back and keep moving, I'm going to put this on. I'm just going to hand tighten this. And anytime you put this on, it's wings up. Wings up towards the deck. Wings up. And on this particular mower, this bolt is to tighten to 50 foot-pounds. That's about half of what your lug nuts on your car are. You want to get it tight, but you don't want to go crazy tight on it. So I'm just going to hand tighten that like that. And then he can go ahead and switch that out and tighten that down. He's got his new blade all sharpened. And he should be good to go. And I always like to return them clean. Now all the homeowner has to do is put the battery back in, get a new bolt, and he's ready to go. If this video was a help to you, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I look forward to helping you with other projects online.